Hello everybody, Joey the Truth Wagner with you friends. Welcome into the Truth Serum. And everybody, we've made it. We made it through the NFL regular season. It is playoff time. Just so thrilled that we made it to this point, folks. Steelers Nation, I'm so thrilled for us. We're in the playoffs, we're getting ready to go. Next week will be my first ever Steeler playoff stream here, so I am pumped up for that. And everybody, before I start, would really appreciate if you could give the video a thumbs up. Please like the video. If you're brand new, subscribe to the channel. And everybody, please, 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 please turn the bell on, because I'll be doing a lot of NFL action over the next month, and I don't want you to miss any of it. So please make sure that you have the notification bell on so that you're notified. But anyway, this is what the playoffs will look like. As you see, Kansas City and Green Bay getting the bye weeks in the conferences. Only one bye week per conference this year. In the AFC, you have Ravens, Titans, Browns, Steelers, Colts, Bills. NFC side, Tampa Bay, Washington, Rams, Seahawks, Bears, Saints. So let's get into it. I'll start off over on the AFC side. I'll start with Baltimore at Tennessee. And what a game this is going to be, folks. The Ravens are playing their best football of the year, winning 5 straight here to get to the playoffs, and they have a chip on their shoulder as last year Tennessee embarrassed them in the divisional round. Ravens were the 1 seed, got the bye, and Tennessee went right into Baltimore and punched them in the mouth. So the Ravens have a revenge factor. If you like watching teams run the football, these two teams can run the ball. The Ravens with their 3-headed attack with Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, have about 1 million great running backs in Baltimore. Tennessee, it's just the Derrick Henry show. So folks, both of these teams are going to run the ball and do it well. But with this game, what I'm thinking of here is, what I think will be the difference in this game, is I think the Ravens have a better defense than Tennessee. Tennessee this year has really, really struggled with the pass rush. They've really struggled with their pass rush. They really haven't had any. So, when you don't have a pass rush, it's hard to get off the field and make stops on defense. Also, folks, Lamar Jackson this year has been lethal when throwing the ball between the numbers. So when it comes to that, if you're Tennessee, you have a chance if you can contain Lamar and pressure him and make him throw to the outside. With this game, I'm going Ravens because I don't think Tennessee can get pressure on Lamar. So as a passer, he's going to be comfortable. And as a runner, they're not going to be able to contain him. I think the Ravens get payback and they beat Tennessee this year. They'll move on as the 5 seed. Next up, Browns at the Steelers. I will be on the call of this game and then some, as the Steelers are the AFC North Division champions. Cleveland Browns make it as a wild card. The Browns' first playoff game in 18 years. Coincidentally, in their last playoff game 18 years ago, they played the Steelers and lost at Heinz Field. I'll say this, folks. Even though Cleveland won today, they did not impress me at all. When these two teams played in Week 6, Steelers, with all of their starters and Big Ben, smoked them 38-7. Today, with Mason Rudolph at quarterback and half of the starters being rested, Cleveland barely won, 24-22. It came down to a 2-point conversion at the end. And folks, here's the thing with Cleveland. If Baker Mayfield is under pressure, he is a bad quarterback. He's bad if he's under pressure. And with TJ Watt coming back after resting this week, I mean, the Steelers' B defense sacked him 3 times. Baker under pressure is not good. And if you can keep Cleveland to under 110, 120 yards rushing, then they have to rely on Baker. And when Cleveland relies on Baker, they usually lose. This game, I think the Steelers win, and it might be more handily than we all think. But I'm going Steelers to win. Next up, Colts at the Bills. And what a matchup. What a matchup. The Colts and their really good defense going up against Josh Allen in that high-powered Bills offense, who I believe put 56 up on Miami to knock them out of the playoffs. 56 points, my gosh. Folks, this game to me comes down to Phillip Rivers against Josh Allen. Rivers has been good this year. He's been good to very good. Josh Allen has been MVP level. And when Josh Allen is MVP level with Stephon Diggs, who's unstoppable right now, when you're to that level, you're not stopping him. I think Buffalo wins because Indianapolis will not be able to stop them. This will be a fun one, but the Bills win. Next up, over to the NFC. Have the 5-seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing the Washington football team from the NFC least, winning their division at 7-9. This won't be an easy game for Tom Brady in Tampa. This is the team you want to play the most. Here, you want to play them out of all of these matchups, but this is not going to be easy. Folks, Washington's defense and their D-line and their pass rush will make it difficult for Tom Brady. It will. He'll be under pressure. It won't be easy. And Alex Smith, he's not going to lose you the football game. Tom Brady can win you the football game. And I think he will. The Tampa defense is really good. Weapons all over the place. Godwin, Antonio Brown at receiver, Gronk at tight end, Rojo and Fournette at running back, a decent O-line. Tampa Bay just has too much talent. They'll overwhelm the football team with their talent. I say Tampa Bay wins. Next up, interesting matchup here. Rams travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Folks, the Rams have a grade A+ defense. Their defense with Ramsey and Donald is A+. Seattle, their defense has been getting better and better as the year's been going on. They have a pass rush now with Carlos Dunlap, Collier, Jamal Adams. Russell Wilson is still Russell Wilson. This is a divisional rival game, so this will be a close one. This will be a very close game. Folks, the question here is the Rams at quarterback. Jared Goff, he has the broken thumb. He underwent surgery last week. Can he come back? I think even if Goff comes back, I think Seattle wins. So I'll pick Seattle to win, but it'll be close because of the Rams' defense. The Rams' defense will make this a game. And last up, you have the Bears and the Saints. I can't believe the Bears made the playoffs. Mitchell Trubisky back in the playoffs. I know they're in the playoffs this year, but the Bears, the Bears to me scream fraud. What the Bears and Trubisky did offensively over the last month was against all awful defenses. All of them were awful. The Saints are really good on defense. And this to me just looks like a complete mismatch. Kamara, Thomas, Jared Cook, Emmanuel Sanders, Drew Brees, Sean Payton. They're going to overwhelm the Bears. Going to overwhelm them. So I'll pick the Saints to win and move on. So my winners in the wild card round, Tampa, Seattle, New Orleans, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Buffalo. Next up, the divisional round. And now, folks, we are in the divisional round, and this is what the matchups look like. You have Tampa Bay going to Green Bay to take on the Packers. You have Seattle going to New Orleans to take on the Saints. You have Baltimore going to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. And the Steelers going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. So I'll start over on the AFC side. I will start with Baltimore at Kansas City. This is a rematch from earlier in the season. Kansas City and Baltimore, they played Week 3 on a Monday night. Everybody dabbed it as the game of the year. It was not. Chiefs came out, Chiefs dominated, they won 34-20. The game wasn't that close. But, folks, with this one, you have Mahomes, you have Lamar. It seems like, folks, Lamar Jackson in his career has been pretty much able to beat everybody except Patrick Mahomes. That's how it's been going for him. And folks, this is here where Kansas City, you're getting Andy Reid off a bye. And Andy Reid is phenomenal off of a bye. Phenomenal off of a bye. Prepped and ready to go. Folks, the ceiling of the Chiefs offensively and defensively is higher than anybody in the league. The Chiefs have been playing not so great football for the last 2 months, but still winning. So they can play B and C level football and still win. I think with this rest, with this bye, Andy Reid and his bag of tricks, I think Kansas City comes out, performs, plays like they can. And they have the recipe on how to slow down Lamar. With this game, and both teams are going to have their yards and their points. And it's going to be a fun one. Very fun. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I just think they're better. They're better. And folks, also, if Kansas City gets a lead, I don't think Lamar can come back. Lamar is not great when he's playing from behind. So I'll go with Kansas City to get to the AFC Championship. Next up, we have the Steelers going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. This is a rematch as well. A rematch from Week 14. That was when the Steelers were in the midst of their losing streak. They lost to Buffalo 26-15. Then threw a pick 6. Couldn't run the ball. Josh Allen was great. And that was pretty much that. Folks, right now the Bills scare me. Buffalo scares me. Right now, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, they're basically like how Big Ben and AB were. You can double and triple team them, and you're not stopping them. You're not stopping him, and he's still getting open. Folks, Buffalo seems more complete to me, especially offensively. Too many weapons offensively. Here's the thing with Josh Allen. He's mobile, too. He's mobile. So even when you're covering everyone, he can run with his legs. And right now, folks, the Bills are just playing some really good football. And I love my Steelers. I love my Steelers. And they showed a lot against Indy second half of Week 16 to show that they can come back and they can compete. So this game is not going to be a blowout. It's not. It's not. But I just don't think Steven Nelson or Hayden can contain Diggs enough in this game. And Buffalo's just too hot right now. They are white hot, red hot on fire. And it breaks my heart to say this, but I'm going with Buffalo. In this scenario, I would pick Buffalo. Let's head on over to the NFC now. We have Tampa Bay at Green Bay. And this is interesting, folks. These two teams played in Tampa Week 4. And Tampa Bay punched Green Bay in the mouth. Just absolutely went to the back alley and just beat them. Just beat them. Aaron Rodgers threw a couple picks. One of them a pick 6. So this is interesting here. It is an interesting matchup. Folks, Green Bay is more of a finesse team. Green Bay is a finesse team. Tampa is a physical team. And folks, Green Bay usually struggles against physical teams. But this game is in Green Bay. It's going to be in January. It's probably going to be cold and snowy. And we know the cold and snow really doesn't affect Tom because of all of his experience in New England. But I'm thinking here, I'm going to go with Green Bay because I think the cold is going to affect everybody else on Tampa's roster. And it's tough to win back-to-back playoff games on the road, so I'll go Green Bay. And lastly, NFC side, you got Seattle. Seattle at New Orleans going to the Saints in the Superdome. When it comes to this one, folks, I would say huge edge Saints. But I don't think they're going to be letting any fans in the building. So that takes the home field right out the window. Takes it right out the window. In Seattle, they got a good defense. So does the Saints. Breeze and Wilson are very good. I don't know, everyone. This is going to be a great game here. This one's going to be a great game. I think for the moment, I'm leaning Seattle. I believe they have more momentum right now. They have more momentum. Their defense is on the upswing. And like I said, no fans or very little fans in that Superdome is huge. So I'm going to go with Seattle to upset the Saints and make it to the championship round on the NFC side. So I have Green Bay, Seattle, Kansas City, and the Bills coming up. Championship round. Now, folks, here's the Final Four. With a trip to Super Bowl 55 on the line. Seattle at Green Bay. Buffalo at Kansas City. I'll start with the AFC. What a matchup this is going to be, folks. This is a rematch from earlier in the year when it was 23-17. Kansas City narrowly defeating Buffalo. So Buffalo has played them close already. Allen and Mahomes are great. Folks, this game to me comes down to the defenses. I think Kansas City's been playing slightly better defense than Buffalo. Buffalo's sort of been loosey-goosey with their defense. So that is a concern. That's a concern. Kansas City. Folks, when it comes to Kansas City, their ceiling's just higher. And I think they'll play slightly better on defense than Buffalo. It's slightly easier stopping Josh Allen than it is Patrick Mahomes. Folks, Kansas City they have dynasty written all over them. So I'll go with the Chiefs here. The Chiefs will get back to the Super Bowl. They'll get back to the Super Bowl. On the NFC side. Russell Wilson against Aaron Rodgers. We've seen this fish before in NFC Championship games. Years ago, it was Russell Wilson leading Seattle back. Folks, with this game here, Green Bay has the big three. Rodgers, Jones, Adams. Devontae Adams is unstoppable. Unstoppable. With Seattle, DK Metcalf can be very hard to contain too. But folks, here's where the issue comes down with. Will Seattle be able to stop Aaron? And will Seattle be able to protect Russell? Because we know Seattle isn't known for having, top-tier offensive lines for years. They just don't. They just don't. Oh, man. Either going to have a Patrick Mahomes-Rodgers Super Bowl or a Mahomes-Russell Super Bowl. That's going to be great in itself. Green Bay lost their left tackle. Their great left tackle for the season, so that's a tough blow. I think I'm going to go Green Bay. I think the Packers will get it done. I think they'll get it done barely over Seattle. That frozen tundra will help them. Just the cold and the snow, they're used to it. These other teams aren't. I'll go with Green Bay by a field goal. Green Bay by a field goal, so Super Bowl 55 will be Aaron Rodgers against Patrick Mahomes. And now we've made it to the granddaddy of them all. The Green Bay Packers. The Kansas City Chiefs. Aaron Rodgers. Patrick Mahomes. Gonna be a classic in Super Bowl 55. Wow. If you like great quarterbacks and offense, this Super Bowl is going to be your dream. Folks, this would be one of my dream Super Bowl matchups. The really only dream that would be bigger than a fun matchup like this would be anything that involved the Pittsburgh Steelers. But anywho, with Green Bay, their offense is great. Like I said, can't stop Davante Adams. He's unstoppable. Green Bay has an okay defense. They can rush the passer a little bit. They're okay. They're good in the secondary. Same thing with Kansas City. They can get after you with Chris Jones. They got Honey Badger in the secondary. Kansas City, the offense, we know how great they are. They got all the weapons in the world. Tyreek Hill, Hardman, Watkins, Robinson, Kelsey, Hilaire, Le'Veon Bell at running back. Folks, this is going to be a great game. But I think where this game is going to be won and lost in the Super Bowl is the head coaching matchup. Matt LaFleur against Andy Reid. They're both offensive guys, but LaFleur is young. He's young. Andy Reid, he's gone through this. He won the Super Bowl last year. So he knows what he's in for. And again, I got Andy Reid on 2 weeks of prep again. Andy Reid on 2 weeks is like Belichick on 2 weeks. You're not beating him. Especially when he has Patrick Mahomes. And the KC dynasty will continue. They'll win an epic Super Bowl, a thriller. They will win a thriller over Green Bay. I say Kansas City 38, Green Bay 34. The Chiefs will get the Lombardi Trophy yet again. There it is, everybody. My entire Super Bowl NFL playoff bracket from Wild Card Weekend to finish. There you have it, folks. There you have it. Hope you enjoy it. From the Truth Serum, Joey the Truth Wagner signing off. Everyone, I will definitely be live Sunday night. Browns, Steelers, be around for that. Get in here for that. My first ever Steeler playoff game here. We got to go big. And everybody, just a point here of emphasis. This was being recorded while the Washington-Philly game was going on. So if Washington loses, the Giants would take their place. But I still have Tampa Bay beating them too. So the rest of the bracket would remain the same. But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, make sure to like the video, sub to the channel. And have your tale here for the Steelers against the Browns on Sunday night. Good night.